Don't be offended, Susan.
More smiling.
Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Susan was just sharing that she's going to probably have to leave after half an hour before I started hitting the record button. So Susan's in Italy, and so consequently, you're going to go, I'm assuming, and have a lovely day with the lots of warm weather and all that. So yeah,
Italy's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
favourite place.
yeah. We're up near the Northern Lakes, or in the Northern Lakes, so we're
lovely.
yeah.
That's a very beautiful part of the world. I was lucky enough to travel around Italy quite extensively when I was about 20. Beautiful place. I love Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're lucky. Those of us that went when we were younger are lucky too, because I feel no need to go to Rome or Venice or
Yeah.
Florence, which apparently are just so full of people that they're quite unpleasant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
people
because it
are the
was
places.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
the amount of people, hey, because it's just chocker. Mm.
yeah, just absolutely, particularly in the high season, and they're not all behaving well, and um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, travel is very, very different, that's for sure. When compared to when I was younger anyway. You know?
yeah. It is. It's there's still places though, like we're not. We're near a lake called Lake Orta, which is one of the smaller, less frequented lakes, and it's mainly Italians here, and it's
Yeah.
not like going to Como or even Maggiore, which has got all the big hotels and things. So
Yeah.
you can seek them out.
I think every country in the world has places like that that you can go to. It's like, when we were living in the UK, we sort of like we lived in villages, and so
Yeah,
there was never any of the trouble that we used to, to get phone calls from family, sort of South Africa or Australia or whatever, and say, "Are you all right? Yeah, we're fine. What's the matter?" Oh, there's sort of news of huge flooding and everything else.
or
Oh,
another bomb.
yeah, yeah. Well, we happened to be in the UK when there was the London bombing, and we were actually due in King's Cross when that bomb went off. And the only reason we did it, we got the next train, is because Adam, my son, slept in and we missed it. We missed the train by 2 minutes. And so obviously we weren't meant to have been on that train. So it's really fascinating, isn't it? So yeah, although we hear about things like that, but the general day-to-day violence and stuff we never saw. So yeah. So okay, today we'll see how everyone is because we've only got a few people on here. So Susan, how are you doing anyway when you're in Italy?
Oh, it's a bit of a struggle. We've been like having one meal of pasta and trying to choose pasta that's fresh and handmade and not necessarily even wheat.
Yeah.
Um, and that seems to be working okay. I've been drinking a little bit of Prosecco and things, but not too much. So just we don't have any scales, but I'm just trying to stick as much as I can to being good, but also enjoying being here. So
Yeah,
that's
that's important, isn't it? Really, I think we have to really enjoy when we do go traveling. What's the point otherwise, really?
yeah, I just I'm not sure who if it was you or someone else just told me that when you're choosing, choose the best quality and enjoy it. There's a difference between the cheap supermarket gelato and what you get at an artisanal gelato
I,
shop.
I think the
It's also,
ingredients that they use in Italy is very different to what you'd find here, both on the shelves and elsewhere, and they don't use chemicals quite like our people. So the flour is healthier, the olive oil is
Getting that?
top quality, everything's
No.
a bit better. So enjoy it.
but it's also a
They've also
mindset.
got quite so they've also got quite phosphate
Sorry, didn't hear that, Susan. You went
is
out.
different from oh sorry, that
Yeah,
Can't hear.
we've lost you. Hopefully
It's
you can hear.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you did say the internet was pretty dodgy. So we've just had evidence of that. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Susan. Rex, how you diddling?
Yeah, I'm diddling all right and amongst the contrast. Thank you, Karen.
Good. Good, good, good.
I do well on the protein diet, as you know, and but I have slid off a little bit, but I don't see a major difference. I've had some emotional curveballs that I'm
Right.
navigating at the moment. But in saying that, my eating isn't outrageous. I just don't follow the format that was set out to the extent it was. And it's been a week where I've been a little off, but I spent a week with my grandkids.
Oh,
And
gorgeous.
that was the best medicine. I turned up and they run to me. They run to me, and I don't recall. Not saying I haven't experienced unconditional love, because I have no doubt that I have. But there's no question that that's what I'm experiencing when I'm around my grandkids. There's no question. There's no second guessing that. They're just alive and well. So yeah, it's as you can tell by the smile on my face.
Yeah, yeah,
It's super juice to me, and
yeah.
especially my grandson. He's taken up chess, and I walked into a lesson, and he was his tutor was showing him moves on a whiteboard, and it was a class, though he was right in the middle of a class, and I walk in and he looks at me and he just drops everything and he runs to his cuddle, just absolutely runs to his cuddle. And so there was just, yeah, I can still feel his hug. So
That's so cool. That's so cool. That's medicine for the soul, Rex, isn't it? That really
well,
is.
yeah, well, one of the things I'm doing another training, which is great. It's about re-regulating the nervous system and just using really simple techniques. And for me, what was when I went through this life cycle, what is it that's lacking? And see, for me, like I put on my suit of armor and I slay dragons all day, and I throw fairy dust in people's face, but I don't ever not rest enough. And it's been brought to my attention with what we're doing here, but also when I was really focused, I realized I don't rest. And what gives me joy and provides that rest, and it is when I'm around those that I love. And it's my grandchildren that provide that unconditional rest that I require in relation to being, what I consider at my best. So, yeah. So I followed through with that. I thought, man, I got to see my mockles. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool. So is there any particular food that you've been gravitating towards when you've been?
It's just that I've been, I do enjoy a coffee, and so
Me
I,
too.
I enjoy cappuccinos, and so I've been at times overindulging in that, and I've had a little bit of bread, but like I haven't noticed and maybe someone will pick this up, but I haven't noticed a massive change too much physically. But on the same token, if I continued to lean towards bread, I know that would have a detrimental effect on me based on my past history with it.
Yeah, and it is very addictive, but also just remember 5 to 6 days for it to totally process
Yeah.
and show up. So
Yeah.
yes, the scales might not have gone up, down, or whatever.
Yeah.
But also remembering that those craving centers can be activated up
Yeah.
to 6 days later.
Right.
So you have
Yeah.
to be quite vigilant with carbohydrates.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you do hit your goals and everything, it doesn't mean to set that's how I would recommend you navigate it. Is you maybe your favorite bread you could maybe have once a week, but
Yeah.
just don't have it any more than that because of the tendencies for it to be
Yeah.
addictive.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you for that.
Mm.
Yeah. But in saying that, I released 2 kilos over this period too. So
Fantastic.
yeah, yeah. So I mean,
It's
it
so
was fun because they
Unconditional
were.
love, Rex. The unconditional love.
Yeah,
Because
Thank
if I'm
you.
in my
that's
happy
real
place,
magic.
the scales go down. But if I have a fight with somebody, like when
Yeah.
my youngest was like 2.5, they had a fight with her, the scales would go up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did have a bump with a family member, so they would have probably adjusted the scales would have adjusted over that.
Well, you had a remedy, which is great.
Oh,
you
it was the best remedy.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it's really, really cool. So Rex was great. He sent me a photo of himself last week. Was it last week? Was it?
I
Or the
think
week?
so. Yeah, yeah. Last week. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking great. Really, really trimmed down considerably, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. Can't see with just your face. Yeah. So it's great that you shared that. So I appreciate that. That's
All right.
magic. Thank you very much, Rex. And next to Rex on my screen is Sarah. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Anything you want to share?
I just went away to Auckland for the weekend. So I left Friday morning, came back late last night on a course with some really amazing people. And the whole thing was bring your favorite food, and it all just works out and everyone shares. And I was surrounded by vegetarians. And I was so proud of myself because I kind of tormented myself. How am I going to do this? I don't want to be that annoying person, you know. But then I thought, no, if there's big pasta dishes, I'm just going to go mad and I'm going to feel like shit at the end of the weekend, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I got picked up from the airport and they said, do you need to go to the supermarket? And I said, yes. So I got a tray of Scotch fillets, 2 Scotch fillets. That was the last tray. So, and I got a thing of fresh salmon, wild salmon, and a block of grass-fed butter and a packet of Plunger coffee. And I did actually grab a pink grapefruit, which was amazing. It just called to me. And I'm so glad I did because it was beautiful. And a 6-pack of eggs. And I actually just did that. And everyone accepted it. In fact, a lot of them said, oh my God, your lunch just smells so much nicer than ours. And
That's for sure.
you know, and everyone was up early having their breakfast and their muesli, and then later on beans and bean this and bean that. And and I just was like eating steak. And it was really funny because on the first day, I broke my fast just after we arrived. And I had a couple of those little minute steaks and some scrambled eggs. And the minute steaks were a bit dry. So I literally just sliced my butter and put on top. And they're all sitting there going, wow, how do you lose weight when you eat that? So, well, fat doesn't make you fat. So by the end of the whole weekend, I had people trying butter coffee, and one lady even said, I don't think you can take that steak on the plane, the little bits that were left over. And it was quite interesting because I just felt so good about myself for sticking to it.
Yeah.
Until the very last day at lunchtime, one of them brought out apple pie. I just finished my beautiful big second Scotch fillet, and I was like, oh my God, other than custard, apple pie just takes me back to something Christmassy, I don't know. And I went, fuck it, and I had some. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just a little slither. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was still down 300 or 400 grams this morning compared to when I left Friday morning. So, yeah. But it was nice. And it was quite funny because there were huge, big macaroni cheese and pasta this and pumpkin soup this. And I just, nah.
Yeah. Isn't it
So,
interesting?
yeah, it was a good feeling.
What calls to you though? Because that I think many of you heard my story about apple pie and custard. I won't go into it now, but that's my antithesis of a nice meal. I loathe and detest cooked apples, and I loathe and detest custard.
Oh, how funny. I love it.
So yeah, actually I will share my story. It was because in the UK we had school dinners, and it was my first day at school, so I was 5, and the teacher took me into the canteen, and I ate all my lunch. Well, I can't remember what it was, whatever it was, and then apple pie and custard. And I said to the teacher, I can't eat this. And she literally forced me
Oh,
to
yeah,
eat
no,
it.
that'll do it.
Then I vomited all over her. And of course, as a little child, that was, over my teacher.
Awesome.
I never saw a forced feed a child after that.
Fair
I
enough.
just thought,
And
you know,
what a shame. But,
yeah.
Trev had a similar thing. He was forced to have custard when he didn't want any and threw up, and he just has never been able to eat it since.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Anyway, so that was my weekend, and I had some really lovely experiences, and I feel really good and present
Good.
and calm. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesomely awesome. Thank you very much, Sarah. Karen. Hello, lovely.
Hi, Karen. Hi, everyone. Well, I seem to be still on the plateau, but a kilo less than last time. So,
Good. So not
yeah.
a plateau then, just slowed down a bit.
well, just tipping and but staying the same or whatever. But I'm still sticking to it because I actually don't have any interest in any other food. It's so interesting.
Isn't it?
It
Really?
really is, and that's without the drops. Because I've run out. I've run out for some time now.
Oh, I did send them.
Oh, did you?
They not arrived.
You didn't let me know.
No. Did you not get a message from the courier?
No.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Note. I've got some notes. I'll make a note. Bear with me.
Did you send me 30 or 20 mils?
She's gone into the forest, Karen.
Oh, she's gone into the basement. She's
Into
gone
that
into the cellar.
enchanted tree.
She's gone to get the wine. We know.
Yeah. I sent you the replacement magnesium and
Yeah.
the 50 mils of the drops.
Right. No, there's nothing has arrived.
Okay.
When did you send those? Because they
Last
usually
week.
pretty last week.
Yeah.
Wow. Because they
Just so
usually come pretty promptly.
yeah, they do. So I'll resend it tomorrow.
Oh, I wonder where they went. They have been poking my stuff into the wrong orifices. I've got too many post boxes for them to put, and some of them have got no back on them, so they sort of shoot through.
Right.
I'll check the garden.
Yeah. If you can check tomorrow morning, but I'll check on my system because there have been a few parcels of late going missing.
Right.
So especially if you didn't get a notification that your parcel's on its way.
Yeah, you normally get
You could get that.
It's been picked up.
So
no, and I was actually waiting to hear from you because I was hoping that you were better. So I'm glad to see you are.
yes,
That's good.
I'm getting there. I'm still not quite 100%, but I know what it was, and so consequently, I won't go into that now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell a story about it maybe a bit later when I'm ready. But basically, yeah. So I did send out orders last week. So I did the first lot of orders on Thursday, Wednesday, and then the next lot of orders was today. So, yeah. So one order from a few weeks ago was stuck in Whangarei for 3 weeks, and then it came back to me. Bless them. Anyway, that's by the way. That's just business things. But okay. So everything's
that'll
going
be
right
good.
then, Karen. Good.
Yeah, I haven't been using the magnesium because I really don't like it, that squirty one. It's so liquid and it doesn't feel good on my skin. And
I'll just give it to someone else, Karen.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's interesting because some people love it, prefer it to the other one, and some people don't. And it's just
Yeah.
the way it is, really. You know,
Right.
we're all unique little snowflakes, that's for
We
sure.
are unique little flakes.
I actually wonder if you kept it in a really cool place, if it wouldn't be quite so liquidy. I don't know, that just popped into my head.
Or replace the lid with the old lid, because they're the same size bottles. So you can always try it with the
Oh
other lid.
yes, yeah,
Try
right.
that
I
and
might
see if
try
it's gonna
that. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
other squirty thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
So it might not
nice.
come out in such a shush, and it, you
Yeah.
don't get so much, because you do get a lot with those pumps. Those ones.
We went
That's why
out
I
for
don't
lunch
use them anymore.
yesterday and I had an omelette and it did have cheese on it and that doesn't seem to have affected me, so that's been good. Yeah.
Good. That's great.
And
Awesome.
mushrooms, which I don't normally have either, but it was very tasty indeed.
Not on the list, of course, but there you go.
Not on the list, but there you go. It was the best choice on the menu.
Yeah, sometimes it is, and that's the way it is. And so,
Yeah.
and if there's no repercussions on the scales, then it means that
That's
you can do it occasionally,
yeah. But I'm happy to get back on track. It's good.
Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome. Right, so next on my screen is Gillian. Hello, Gillian. Nice to see your face. We haven't seen your face for ages.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, no, it's good to be back with my tribe. Sort of been a bit AWOL, just with really, really busy with end of year for work. And then we've been away on holiday the last 3 weeks. Sort of went away to Australia for 10 days, came back for 2 days to do payroll, and then away for 6 days in Auckland, and then back home. So I'm doing payroll again now. So been needing to sort of get back onto the protein and minimal veggies and that, and get, I had a wee bit too many carbs when I was away. And just that I've completely forgotten about the drops. I just got reminded I need to get those out and using those. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, Simon just come and getting the dogs. So we need you to be really strict with yourself with the carbohydrate.
Yes, yeah.
Because we know they don't suit you, don't we?
Yes, yeah,
Any
absolutely.
description, any description. We need to get you onto really be quite strict, because that metabolic flexibility isn't there yet.
Yeah.
So by being really strict with yourself, and the other thing I'm going to get you to do is add olive oil into your regime.
Okay.
And the reason is olive oil is wonderful because it helps with hormonal balance, and that includes, it helps with insulin sensitivity. So I want you to take a tablespoon of olive oil in the morning. The olive oil doesn't break your fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just take it off the spoon. And then I want you to add another 2 tablespoons. So you can either take it off the spoon or you can add it into your lunch and your dinner. But I want you doing 3 tablespoons a day.
Okay.
Now, what you should notice is after a week or so that your energy starts getting a bit better.
Okay.
And also any cravings you may have will dissipate completely.
Okay. So if I'm doing that, do I reduce the butter? You
don't have to have as much butter if you're not hungry.
Yeah.
But you can still cook with butter, and you can still, but the olive oil is an important one for you, I think, Gillian.
Okay.
So I think it's going to help you on this road.
Yeah. No, that's good. I hadn't heard that. So
I haven't shared that with many people because it's something I researched and just before I got unwell. And so I haven't shared it. I will be sharing it in a separate thing. and a bit of the science behind it, because it's fascinating. Well, I find it
Okay.
fascinating anyway, whether you do or not, you know. So it's really quite a fascinating journey. I'm getting quite a few people onto it has to be good quality extra virgin olive oil though. So the way you can
Yeah.
tell that is it have when you take it on your spoon, it should have a sort of like peppery sort of aftertaste.
Yeah.
And of course you can put it in the fridge. Takes about 4 or 5 days to solidify if it's good quality olive oil. If it's not good quality olive oil and it's been cut with other oils, it won't go solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you can tell with good quality olive oil. Important that. That's
Okay.
an important component. So I think
Yeah.
it's going to help you big time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's also some stuff around lymphatics around it as well. So, but we won't go into that today. But I think it'll be a really useful one for you, and so would olive leaf extract be useful for you. So if you want to go,
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
because that has huge benefits for the lymphatic system too. So
Yeah.
so we
Okay.
can have a chat. We can have a chat separately if you want to, Gillian. Just give me a buzz tomorrow or message me, and I can blah 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 into the messenger.
Okay. That's
All
good.
right.
Thanks. Thanks, Karen.
All right, lovely.
Okay,
Okay, thank you
Okay,
very
bye.
much.
Bye.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed your holiday.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my son's 30th birthday. He's in Melbourne, and
Oh,
so
nice.
it was a karaoke.
All right.
A karaoke.
Oh,
So my
cool.
husband and I sung 3 songs, but yeah, there's a wee bit of a generational gap, you know.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You got to choose the right song, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Whereabouts in Melbourne does he live?
Brunswick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived in Oakley many, many eons ago.
Yeah. But
Thank you very much, Jenna, for sharing.
okay,
Judy.
thank you.
Hi everyone.
Hello, lovely. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I have been still not very good at sticking to things. I've got this rebel thing happening. But yeah, every day I go, I am gonna get back on and be good. I went out last night and I had to go. I've just been out so much and I've got like Sarah, but oh no, it's just been quite challenged. We've been quite challenged by it. And I went out last night. There's a whole lot of VFF groups. We all went out for dinner at this Malaysian restaurant, and there was nothing on the menu that I could have. So I was all ordering like gluten-free, and they had to make one up. All they were going to give me was, I think it was chicken and beans, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't even really want beans. So I said, can't you do vegetables with it? Oh, yeah, with a little bit of garlic and that. So I had that. But this morning, we did have a little bit of rice because my next door neighbour was sharing it, the lady sitting next to me. But this morning I'd put on, I don't know, I reckon I'd put on about a kg. And while I was sitting here, I was thinking, oh, I wonder if it had MSG in it. I wonder if that had done it. And I hadn't even thought to say no MSG. I was just so busy trying to get something. It was the only thing on the menu that I could eat. There was like pages on the menu. So I'm thinking that's what it was, I think. You know, I hadn't even thought about that. So yeah, I had some sardines today, but didn't particularly go down that well. I don't really like them that much, but I decided I had this one that I bought, and it was Breisling, I think, and it had tomatoes with it, and I thought, oh, tomatoes. It was in tomatoes. I thought, oh, maybe that'll make it a bit more palatable. But actually, it was quite sweet. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I didn't even check to see the sugar content, but I thought it's probably got a whole lot of sugar in it because it was, you know, the tomato was kind of quite not just like a bolognese saucy type thing. So anyway, I finished that for dinner. So yeah, I'm just doing my best to psych myself to get back on track. I don't know. What are we now in June, and I've been in this rebel thing for quite a while now.
You have.
I've got to get
It's time to. The thing is what you have to remember is you are doing it to you,
Yeah, I realise that. Yeah,
not to anyone else.
absolutely.
You know, you're being a rebel.
Absolutely.
So self-sabotage then, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
So diving deeper into the self-sabotage would be a good thing.
Mm,
I know
yeah.
you know lovely Tanya, as in Tanya Miller. You do, don't you? You know Tanya Miller?
Yeah.
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 I think a journey process with Tanya, if you're up for it, would be a really, really good one
Yeah.
to jump on with, because I feel there's some old stuff risen to the surface, Jenny, that doesn't want to be released as yet.
It could be. I'll have a look at. I mean, I'm a duty practitioner as well, so
I know.
I'll have a look at doing some myself. I just haven't kind of been drawn to doing too much, but of that. But
a
yeah, I'll
benefit
have
to
a
do
look
it
at
with
it.
someone else, I think. Even if you do an exchange or something, you know?
Mm,
Because I
yeah.
think, because many of us, when we do stuff on ourselves,
Yeah, it's different.
we
Mm,
can create stories around things and maybe not coming to the real crux of the matter, if you see.
mm,
Anyway,
mm.
that's up to you, of course.
No,
So
that's
that's how
great.
it's
That's cool. I do know Tanya. She's kind of a bit further away. I'd rather probably do it with someone in person if I was going to do it with them. So I've got some other
okay.
friends that I could probably head up with for a duty process.
Yeah, there's quite a
Mm.
community in there, so yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, I'll have a go at that. I'll kind of have a feel into that and some of the
Yeah,
other things I
yeah.
could do.
Absolutely, it has to feel right for you, so it's got to be
Yeah.
good. So, okay,
Jenny,
right.
just quickly, what if being a rebel wasn't, because I like being a rebel, but not from the program, but unlike yourself. But what if being a rebel on the program, instead of going and eating something you shouldn't, what if being a rebel was actually sticking to the program? Because your normal being a rebel is to cheat on the program. So why not reverse that and be a rebel by not doing what your normal thing is?
Yeah, maybe.
And I felt resistance with that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I'm
Something to
working through it.
ponder.
Yeah.
I think
something to ponder.
the thing which I've observed is, I think one of the things with the VFF membership is, I think there's a big emphasis on a certain aspect of what's going on in the world, what's going on, politically, what's going on community-wise, and all that sort of thing. I think there needs to be in VFF a big focus on health and resilience. Because if we don't have our health, then we don't have resilience.
Yeah.
And the world is changing. And if we want to bring about the change we really want to be and see in the world, we actually have to be resilient. And that's what I've learned over this last 2 weeks, is my resilience wasn't what I thought it was. And so consequently, been a big learning curve. And as I say, I will share it with you later, but not today. So I was going to cover my magnesium.
Can I just ask you one thing? So somebody's talking to me about MCT oil. Is that good to take?
Only if you tolerate coconut.
Yeah, I'm okay
So
on coconut usually.
the thing about MCT oil is it's quite processed, so
Okay.
the only good thing about it is a monochain triglyceride, and so is olive oil. So if you're thinking, what do you think? Are you thinking it for your coffee, or are you thinking about it for just having?
Oh, I wasn't really. I just kind of got off a call with somebody, and they were telling me they were taking it, and they were raving about it, and I just had a quick put in the search engine to find out a little bit more about it, and I thought, I haven't I don't know if I've heard you talking about that, so I thought while I was here, I'd just ask you.
No, it's
I
great
won't
to
go
be
and
asked.
buy it if you don't think it's any good, but what I'm hearing is just taking the olive oil is kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, and if we look at all of these, that's been a big theme over the last few months, really, is all of these products that we are sold as being the miracle,
Yeah.
you know, and if we look at it and we really look at many of us, we are genetically not predisposed to having coconut. We do not come from equatorial zones, most of us.
Yeah.
And so consequently, do we thrive on foods that we haven't adapted to? And that's always been my question. I've got no anti of it, but I always think, you know, if you think about those of us who come from Europe, for example, European descent, and I think most of us on this call have got some European descent, we would never have been exposed to coconut, bananas, and those sorts of things. And it's really quite interesting. I was planning on a video I'm creating about bananas. And the reason it came up was because one of my newer clients, she was sharing with me what she has every day food-wise. And she's struggled with losing weight. Right, so she said she's not hugely overweight, but because of stress levels and everything else, in the morning, every morning, she has a banana, and she struggles with chest infections, and she struggles with coughs and colds, and has done since she was little. But since she was little, she's had a banana every single day in a smoothie with other berries and other things. And as I shared with her, you've got blue eyes, and most of us actually here have blue eyes with overlays on. So you might think you've got brown eyes, but unless you've got the real deep, dark, sort of Negro eyes, you have got blue eyes with overlay over the top. Us blue-eyed types have a weakness in ear, nose, throat, lungs, kidneys, and we make a lot of mucus. So anything that creates mucus within our bodies is going to impair the way our body reacts. And so I thought, right, that would make a great video, you know. And anyway, so I just went, because people take bananas because of the potassium. You know, I need potassium and bananas are high in potassium. Well, guess what? Guess what is higher in potassium than any banana? Beef steak, lamb chops, and salmon, all carnivore. Another thing, we have been sold by big business because they wanted to sell Europeans, Americans, and Antipodeans bananas too, because this is the only food you're going to get potassium from. And then we go into electrolytes, of course, because as carnivores, some of us are carnivores, some of us aren't, we need electrolytes. Well, guess what? We need salt. We don't need electrolytes. We need salt and we need magnesium. And that is the critical part of us keeping healthy. We don't need to buy $50 electrolytes. We need salt. We need salt, and we need salt on our food. And we do not need, I was going to swear then, but I won't, I'll refrain.
I could feel that coming.
Bananas, or berries, or we do not need them. They're useful for monkeys, and they're useful for people who live on the equator, because that's all they probably had. And coconuts the same. So consequently, I'm so glad, Jenny, you brought up the MCT oil, because that just took me on another tangent, didn't it? So that
Thank
wasn't
you, Bert.
planned
That
today.
was very, very enlightening. So thank you.
Yeah, so
I feel the same about pineapples.
yes.
Yeah.
And I've got a story about pineapples.
No, I can't have pineapple.
My mother and father-in-law, because they moved from here, New Zealand, to Australia, and they lived in Melbourne for some time, and then they moved up to Queensland to be with the grandchildren. They had a farm sitting job for a few months on a pineapple farm. And these pineapples were green. They didn't have to look after the farm because they had farming people looking after it. They're looking after the house. They were green as. And then the price of pineapples went up. That very day, the workers went in and sprayed those pineapples. And the next day, they were completely and utterly ripe.
Wow.
And so consequently, another experience of mucking around. So Jenny, you might be all right with pineapples if you find them in the wild, but basically most of us won't be.
No, I when
chemicals.
I had that test done, that kind of, that told me about the gluten and the dairy, that was one of the thing, and the eggs, that was one of the other thing that came up that I shouldn't eat was pineapple. But the coconut didn't have a reaction, but they said pineapple was quite high. So there were the 4 things: the eggs, the dairy, the gluten and the gliadin and the wheat, and the pineapple. So I haven't had pineapple. I don't eat that.
The thing about allergy tests is your allergies and things can change as you heal.
Yeah.
But also because as you know, I used to do allergy testing, and I used to have these vials and things. But when I got the vials for the organic food rather than the standard food, people reacted to the non-organic, but they didn't react to the organic. And sometimes they did, but often they didn't. And so consequently, I think we have to look at not all foods created equal. You've heard me talk about prawns, Prawns come from Thailand, might not be good for you, but those coming from Australia might be, or might not, or vice versa. So it is a matter of there's food and there's food. So when you did your allergy testing, did they do a blood test?
I did have a as a blood test thing. I had to eat all these food types, but they don't do that test in New Zealand. It went to America. It was for another health coach that I had. So apparently they don't do it here. So I went through some lab down in Napier, and then it went to America. So that's what it came back saying.
And if it feels right for you, then cool.
Yeah, it kind of did feel right for me, but I'm being a bit naughty with some of that stuff just recently, so I definitely need to get back on it.
Yeah, you've got that little rebel going on, haven't you? You've got that little rebel on your shoulder.
I don't know. Sometimes I think, oh God, I've been doing this for so long, and I'm thinking, oh God, how long have I been working on this for? But anyway, it is an ongoing thing.
It is. Health is a lifelong commitment.
Yeah,
it really is. And so I hear you, because sometimes I must admit, over the years, I've gone, I wish I could go and just have a beer. Or I wish I could go and do these things. But I know if I did, I'd feel like shit for a week. It's just not worth it. In actual fact, it's not worth it if I feel shit in the morning, as far as I'm concerned. So it's just a matter of, discerning and...
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So
but anyway, I was kind of like, I'm going to come on, even though I haven't been good. I'm coming on because I just stayed in the conversation.
Yeah, and that's
be
it.
honest with yourself. The other thing to maybe revisit is your original why.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Because I think, everything can get lost in all the flim-flam of all the stuff we're experiencing right here, right now. And so us being, kind to ourselves, but also going, okay, what is kindness to self? Is kindness to self eating the best food we possibly can and making good food choices? Or is kindness to self, just eating what you like or what's presented to you? And I think it's about discernment. Actually, Jenny, not VFF, but the Reality Check Radio have asked me back for one of their conferences. So I might bring up the fact that the voices of the VFF might be a good idea to have good food when they have these meetings, and stuff like that.
Well,
Because
yeah, wasn't it? It's kind of like, it was the coordinators in the area that were just trying to get everybody together.
Yeah.
So it was a social thing. So it was just
But I think,
coming together as opposed
yeah.
to being organised by VFF necessarily. Yeah.
the coordinators and stuff, because I've got a few clients who are coordinators. Maybe if we could encourage them to encourage people to have a potluck thing and bring healthy food to it, because and because it really does make a big difference to everyone's energy. So if you bring that to the forefront, then we're far more likely to get better results with everything, and people might be able to get on with one another and join together with a common theme rather than people fighting against one another.
Well, that's true. And I think the other thing is, I mean, they're talking a lot about the sustainable, like getting your garden planted and growing your own food to be, more self-sufficient. So it kind of goes along with that too, doesn't it? So I think it'll be good if you talk about that. You could be their resident one talking about that as well. That'd be good.
Yeah, because I'm actually thinking of offering to do workshops for VFF to do your own medicine and stuff like that. Because I always used to sell out with those workshops, so I might do that. I might offer that. Let's see what I feel
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So, as I say, I'm not going to do my planned thing tonight, so I think we just needed to chat. So, Julia, we haven't got round to you, had we? How are you doing?
Oh, ticking along. I've been sticking to the plan, but I've had traumatic stuff happen, including a car accident. So the scales are doing this. And I'm just like watching, because I can feel that my nerves are shot. I'll be fine for ages, and then my body starts to shake. So there's still the adrenaline, there's still the cortisol. So I'm surprised at how long it's taking to process that.
When did you have the car accident?
Thursday night.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can take quite some time.
Yeah, I had somebody come around on the Friday because this happened to my car, and then I was like, that's all right, I've got my daughter's car, we can use that to go to school. And then the next morning the dog escaped through the back fence, barking, and we're trying to get him back, and then I can't find how to get to him down driveways, figure out he must be like a street behind us. I'm like, I'll just jump in Angelique's car, and then that wouldn't start either. So it's just, that's kind of how my life's ticking along right now. It's just like another challenge. So yeah, the Friday I was trying to fix that with a friend, and when she came over in the morning with her 2 short jumper leads, I was seemingly fine, and when she came back in the afternoon, my body was shaking. So just been rescue remedy, salt sol, upping my magnesium. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to reset the vagus nerve, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing I heard the other day, which might be quite useful, is taking 2 short breaths in through the nose and a long breath out through the nose. So you go, hold it, and then
That's interesting. I was doing the breath work from the workshop that we went to in Auckland, which was breathe in through the nose and then slowly breathe out through the mouth. So I've been doing that, more so because my eldest daughter keeps reminding me to do it. Yeah.
Try that one, because I think that might help.
And humming. Remember to hum?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Humming and singing. Even whistling.
And isn't cold on the back of the neck? Isn't that a thing too? I'm sure you told me that, Karen.
I did some tapping. And I
Yeah.
keep stroking my arm. Yeah. Cold on the back of the neck, you reckon?
You need
Yes.
some time just for you to breathe and relax and process it all and shake it all off.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing. So today, because I had to get my daughter's car down to Auto Electrician to get it fixed, so I managed to fully charge a battery, start it, and get the girls to school, and then take it down there. And then I chose to bus home, which I thought would be a nightmare. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed the lack of responsibility I had sitting on the bus. And then I chose to bus back down there to pick it up. It's like tuning in, going, it'll be ready. They've not called me, but it'll be ready. And I thoroughly enjoyed the total lack of responsibility that I had in the next journey. So I don't know, I might be taking up some public transport, which really surprises me. So yeah, that's some time for myself. But yeah, it's interesting on the scales with this program, because obviously with that, then I'm seeing the scales go up and down and up and down. Yeah. Yeah. You're talking while you're muted, Karen. We can't hear your gold.
I thought I'd unmuted. There you go. Obviously, I just had to mute myself because I started coughing. So, but yeah, I think, when we look at all of the things that happen to us, there's always some gold beneath it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you haven't found the gold yet, it'll come.
Yeah.
But I think maybe because you need to help with the trauma, you need to do that, and then you'll be able to help others, because there's a lot of people with a lot of trauma.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely getting, some expertise in that.
You certainly are. You've had quite a year so far. We were talking before everyone joined us,
Yeah.
and we've decided that we're going to have a new year.
Oh, bloody good idea.
We haven't actually, maybe what's the date of the solstice?
21st.
21st. Well, how about we plan for a solstice, midwinter, Christmas, New Year feast, even if we're all separate? But why don't we have a look at, right, let's do a midwinter New Year celebration and start our new year then.
Great idea. It's a Sunday.
That's awesome.
Well, let's do it. Okay.
I'm on holiday. I'm going to get through that.
Well, you'll just have to have steak, Jenny,
Yeah.
and fish.
I know. I might have
eggs.
to go. I might have to go back on. Well, I don't eat eggs, but might have to go back on that for a while. What I was going to say, Julia, that shaking is the best thing for you
Yeah.
to release the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So if you get it again, just let yourself shake, shake, shake.
Yeah. Well, it was perfect. I did it in front of a friend who's a naturopath. So it was good. She just grabbed me and gave me a big hug as well. So love a hug.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
for somebody
hugging.
to just be getting it as well, because I'm a single parent, so it's just again and again and again, and then people are trying to give advice. Oh, well, you know what you should do is blah 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 blah. I'm still dealing with the flooding issues from this house. As soon as it starts raining, I'm going downstairs into the bottom to see if the house is flooding. It's just a normal part of my life. And then I've got people that they've got a partner, they're doing financially well, and they're like, well, you know what you should do is blah 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 blah. So to have this naturopath who's been a single parent at one point just go, I get it, it's a lot. Have a hug. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right. Wow. That was fun. Thank you for joining. I'm going to recommend that we close this meeting, because I've started coughing, so consequently it's probably my body's gone, right, I've had enough now, don't want to play anymore.
Well, you should have some olive.
I should. Yes, I did take some before. Yeah, I did. I had some in my mug, but I've run out. So I ran out of water with Solent. So I'm and I'm due for my olive leaf, so it's all good. But there's a story behind the olive leaf and behind this gunk I've been bringing up. So I would share that with you maybe next week, or maybe not. But basically, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me. And if you're watching this recording, thank you so much for watching the recording. Lots and lots of love. Have a magical, magical week. And don't forget, ask questions, share, and on the school platform. I know it's a challenge. Oh, by the way, I put a few more recipes into the carnivore classroom yesterday. So hopefully some of them will. So, okie dokie. Lots and lots of love.
I was just thinking that it's interesting how people don't hear you. This sister-in-law of mine, I said to her, I took her out for coffee. I said, I'm not eating pastries, but you're welcome to have one. She chose one. She came for coffee today. What did she bring me? A packet of chocolate mint biscuits, like.
Wow.
Did you not hear? Not eating stuff like that. Like they just don't hear, do they?
No.
And it really is. It's just a habitual way of being. And what I've noticed lately is people are really struggling to take things on board.
Right. Yeah.
They're really struggling to take anything on board that isn't within their peripheral vision. So, the saying, forgive them, they know not what they do.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably apt for that.
I sent them home with her. It was a very good thing to do.
Yeah, that's great.
Well done, Karen.
That's awesome. So it's protecting you, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I can't have anything like that in the house, truly. Because I would eventually get to it, but
yeah.
it would take a while.
There'll be a moment of stress where you'll go,
And I'd be in there.
I found it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're human, Karen. That's the thing. We're all human, we just need support.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, lovelies, much love.
Okay.
Speak soon.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.